How do you see Brazilian team right now?
It doesn't matter what they are right now. It means what they are in 6 months' time when you get to the summer in the tournament. Normally, when it comes to the tournament football, Brazil are always ready for the tournament. So I'm sure we're going to
Steve, just think, how did you draw across the team doing the tournament? That's what you pinpoint across the base camp, and
now we spend the next few days travelling around looking at base camps. So we couldn't do that until we knew the top. We're not in a fortunate position where some teams can go ahead and put the base camps.
do you have anything in mind?
We didn't know where we were going to base, so we have to go in and look at it and decide where we're going to base.
For this Brazilian generation, what is the most impressive player that, in your opinion? For this Brazilian generation, what is the most?
In the draws we've been made, I have to go away, I have to look at Brazil, I have to look at Morocco, I have to look at Haiti, and then ask me that question in 5 months' time before the tournament, and I'll tell you exactly.
Steve, the Brazil game is going to either be in Atlanta in an air-conditioned stadium or Miami. It's kind of a big difference. So, are you kind of hoping it's going to be Atlanta where the conditions will suit you a little bit more?
No point talking about it until we know what it's going to be, and then once I know what it is, I'll talk about it.
But how big? I mean, obviously you played Brazil in a lot of World Cup tournaments. It seems to come around all the time. Is it a special game?
Every game in the World Cup's special.
Yeah.
We don't get there very often, so every game's special for us.
Interesting group, difficult group, I guess. Difficult opening game. And we have Panama that I don't know so much about at the moment, but they are ranked 30th in the world. So this by itself should tell us already that it's not easy. And then we have Ghana, who are regulars in World Cups. There is Kudus and Semenyo, who are like well-known top players of the Premier League. So I think overall, very difficult group that.
There's history with Croatia as well, isn't there? There has been a history with Croatia in major tournaments.
I think there's a history with almost everyone. If you manage to play so many tournaments like England, you have history with a lot of countries. But it's a big opening game for both of us.
What about where you're playing, Thomas, in terms of the locations? It looks like Dallas, Boston, Philadelphia, New York. Those on the east could be very hot. Is that on your mind?
It is what it is. We have to wait until tomorrow. Even now it's like either or. So until tomorrow, then we know, and then we find a solution for it. I think this has to be the mindset for that World Cup. Not everything can be perfectly planned. We have to come up with solutions once we know the facts. Now we know the opponents. Tomorrow we know where we play, the locations, and then we need to come up with the best plan to be prepared.
Thomas, is it on days like this that you start to have even more excitement and belief that you can go all the way next summer?
Yeah, of course, I'm very excited now. They got me going. Rio Ferdinand's performance was outstanding, and now we know the teams. I mean, I can start next week. It's not a problem now. But the problem is, I see my players only in March, and then we have to wait some other months until June. And I just said it to your colleagues. I play tournament football only in Champions League on club level, but you cannot get carried away with building your way on whom you're going to meet. If you win the group, if you're second, whatever. Just focus on the group. This is what you do, and make sure that we are in the right headspace. Make sure that we play with the same hunger and the same excitement with which we played the last 3 camps.
Has that group and those opponents already starting to influence your thinking on the squad selection even further from what you've had so far?
No, because I think much less about squad selections than you maybe think, because it starts in June. Why would I think about the squad selection in December? It just does not make sense. So many things can happen. Of course, I know the players who were with us, and of course I know players which I absolutely want at the World Cup. But still, no one. It does not make sense to focus too much on the selection now. It's just too much time, too much football to be played.
How will the preparation go from now to the World Cup?
Well, the preparation starts basically this afternoon and then tomorrow, by knowing where we play and which times we play. And then, we will come up with a plan for the March camp, and then plan where is pre-camp, when do we play in pre-camp. And then, like I said, full focus on the group. Don't get distracted with any other thoughts, and don't get distracted with any plans ahead. This will just be a big distraction.
Thomas, can I ask
got the longest draw show you've been at. What was it like in there?
It was my first one, so it was also my longest one. It was nice. It was a show, and they made it happen. Like I said, Rio Ferdinand was outstanding, and so now we know we have a difficult group and need to be prepared.
What did you make?
You know, Chelsea on Football Cup playing in a London stadium. So, very big, very good omen. That could help you a bit with those playing in these traditional players like Reece James, Paul Palmer, Levi Colwill.
Well, you could say that, but Paris on the other side, there's also a European team, had a completely different route, completely different schedule, completely different stadiums, and both of them arrived in the final. So, and then you have only one match to say Chelsea was better prepared because they won. But you know, any match in football can go either way. Even the final could have gone into Paris' favor right in the beginning of the match. So,
but it could be the players that they played in these conditions.
I don't know. It's they experienced it. I think for all players who were in the Club World Cup, it was good to actually experience it. It doesn't make it any easier when it comes again to playing the heat and fight against humidity and altitude and different time zones. But that's just what it is. We have to find a way to dig in. We have to find a way to accept it and build a high tolerance to all these obstacles that will come, because they will come. You cannot just have an ideal scenario for anything that will pop up. There will be some issues, and we have to deal with the issues and have the right spirit. And until now, I'm convinced that we will have. But it's our job to arrive in this kind of mentality.
Thomas, where will you base yourselves? Where will you be based? Was it because we've heard Kansas was your preference? Where now? Why you changed?
It was an option, but now I have to look at the possibilities and the venues from tomorrow. I think we will try to make decisions in the next weeks.
What's the priority in that regard?
The priority could be like having a small hotel just for us to privatize, having good training facility. Don't need to travel and play in 24 degrees, so it will just not happen. We will find I'm convinced that we will find a good solution that ticks a lot of boxes. Like I just said, I think the distances between the venues and the possibilities that can occur during a tournament against whom you play and where you play, they're just too big to have the feeling, okay, we covered all options. We will just need to be flexible in our mindset and control what we can control. And so from tomorrow we know, and then we will think about the base camp and make this.
Does a day like today help you prepare the players for any politics? And it's such a political show, wasn't it, today?
No, a day like today, I don't know. This was not a day for the players. It was a day for the coaches and for the delegations. And I'm not surprised that they put on a show. That's why we're here.